both Jews and Gentiles, that they are all under sin. There was a kind of controversy here. The Jew was like, I am better than this person. And the same thing is applicable to the churches. There are some that felt, I am better than you. You are not better than me. And the scripture has to give them the answer. He said, what then? Are we better than they? No, you are not wise. For we have before proved, both Jews and Gentiles, that they are all under sin. Both the Jews and the Gentiles, they are all under sin. And in verse 10, as it is written, where was it written? It was written in heaven. There is none righteous, no, not one. No one is righteous. And the reason why Paul is trying to teach us that, so for you to know that we are born in sin. In sin did my mother do what? Conceive me. So every man born of a woman is a sinner. So except when you accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. And it says in verse 11, there is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after God. And that is their life. And that is the life of unregenerated soul. And they are all gone out of the way. They are all together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. None of them that do good, no, not one. You can't see anything good in the life of a sinner. You can't see anything. What you are going to see is wickedness and evil. Verse 13, their throat is an open sepulchre. You know, sepulchre is like just a grave. And a grave is a place where rotten bodies are. And you see all those things that are rotten and all that. So you can never see anything good in the life of the sinner. What you can see, rotting something. Their throat, that's why when they abuse you with their tongue, if you are not careful, you will go and commit suicide. Because that person is not born again. So Paul the apostle said that there is nothing good in them. There is nothing you can find in the life of this person. Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues, they have used deceit. The poison of us is under their lips. That is the way to know a sinner. When you are using abusive language, either on your husband or your wife, you know, there are some husband and wife that abuse themselves. There are some children that abuse themselves. And that is to show you that the life of that person, such a person has not given his or her life to the Lord. And when you are using that kind of abusive language, and how do you know that when you see a little child of 2 years doing you like this, that should show you that that child inherited this from Adam. That is Adamic nature. Who taught him? Who taught her how to use abusive language? Who taught him how to steal? That shows that that is the nature of man. And he said in verse 14, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. When you see that kind of life, you need Christ in you. Whose life is full of bitterness. Their feet are sweet to shed blood. Whenever you see them, they can commit they can commit abortion. They don't call it abortion anymore. They call it let's go and evacuate that baby. Married people do the same. Unmarried also do the same. They commit abortion because of the country is hard now. And they say, I cannot carry that baby. Let me go and evacuate the baby. Their feet are sweet in shed innocent blood. And in verse 16, destruction and mystery are in their ways. You can never see anything good in them. When they are fighting with their partner or with their friends, you see them carry weapon. They want to destroy. I remember one particular girl that they just, sentenced her for, either by hanging. And she was crying and weeping. That showed that she wasn't the one that did that. Maybe out of anger. She didn't know. Not a deliberate action. But they said that she must die by hanging. And she slumped at the court there. So you can see that is the life of people. The life of